Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. Once, in that beautiful poetic imagery in the book of Genesis, we walked in the garden with God in the cool of the evening. There was harmony, wholeness, integrity. There was no fear, disunity, no sin, and no death. God saw man, and man saw God. We know that man's freedom led to that harmony and cohesion, that original blessing, being broken by the desire to displace God, to usurp him, with the false promise of being God's. From that first lie came all human unhappiness, the soul's estrangement from God, the emptiness in the heart of all men, which, as St. Augustine said, can only be filled by God, despite all the attempts to assuage that longing. Home, as the old saying goes, is where the heart is, and our hearts are restless until they find him, which is why, as Chesterton said, we are really homeless upon this earth. Without God, humans had to create gods, because the desire to worship is in our DNA, uninjured by original sin. Stones, the trees, the sun or the moon, or the idols of today, all stand in the place of the Creator of the stars of night. Throughout the Old Testament and into the New, we hear the constant refrain, the desire to see God. Yet we know from the Scriptures that no one can see God and live. The desire to see, as St. Peter Chrysologus said, is why the nations fashioned images. In these false things, he said, they wanted to see with their own eyes what they were worshipping. "Let us see the Father," said Philip to Jesus, and the response, "To see me is to see the Father." This is the joyous message of Christmas, just days away. It's why St. Boniface chopped down those sacred trees, those idols, and why all idols are demolished. They were part of that desire to see what was worshipped, but Christmas and the message of the gospel is the answer. God is with us. We sing with the ancients not only that the hopes and fears of all the years are met in Christ on Christmas night, but the dreams and the desires of humanity since the fall are finally answered. We can see, know, touch, and hear him who we worship. We are not alone. God has come to find us. As in the parable of the prodigal son, we left home, but the Father was longing and looking, and in the incarnation brought us home to himself. Let us use these last days before Christmas to ponder the gift that we are celebrating. Brethren, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, like a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.